What is going on, everybody? Sorry for being late. I have to go ahead and get the YouTube broadcast up here. I forgot to start that one. Knucklehead. Hold on a second, just so I can see the chat. Hey, Ryan, how are you? Where are we? Right here. Go ahead and whoop. All right, we got the chat taken care of. What up, Brandon? How are you? All right, just so everybody knows, you got the inventory list and the contact information that's down below. I hope everybody's doing well tonight. Anybody watch the baseball? Anybody go ahead and watch the excuse me. Anybody watch the WBC? Did you like it and everything? I mean, would have liked a better outcome, but hey, you know, what are you gonna do? It is what it is. We I thought we would have done better. Just got off work, doing good, my friend. All right. Well, thank you for swinging in, hanging out, chatting. What's going on? Is everybody, like I said, everybody's doing well? I missed it, but I watched the recaps. Yeah, it was, you know, uh, everybody got look, everybody got the showdown that they wanted, right? They wanted Trout versus Otani at the end, but, what are you going to do? It is what it is. It happened, Otani got the best of us. It was. It was crazy. I mean, seeing him blow those two fastballs past him were incredible. Hate to say it, but I was a little disappointed. Honestly, I hate to say it, Brenda. I'm very, very sorry. Uh, I was a little disappointed in Mookie's at bat. I thought Mookie could have had a better at bat, knowing that the tying run was on first base. I thought he could have gone ahead and maybe done a little better. But look, what are you gonna do? I mean, it is what it is. What it is. The guys went ahead and played their asses off. It was um, it's cool. It's so much. It's so different. Watching that, I mean, it's funny. I've watched baseball since I'm, geez, 6 years old. I've been watching baseball for almost 53 years now, and even just watching on TV, that game just felt different. It felt different when it's the USA versus Japan. It felt different. No, he didn't perform. Uh, it felt different. It was USA, Japan, and USA, Mexico. The games, they just felt different when you sat down and you watched them. I mean, even when I was watching, Puerto Rico against the DR, or other countries against other countries, it was just, it was, it was really good. I mean, you know, uh, I like it. I'm glad it's going to come back. It should come back. There's no reason for it not to come back. And I hope, like I said, I hope I hope next time the USA we get more of our upper pitchers uh, to go ahead and show up. Because I think that's one thing that went ahead and hurt us. Um, when you I mean, nothing against Merrill Kelly, but when you're throwing out Nick Gonzalez and Merrill Kelly and some of these other guys, I mean, after Lance Lynn and the Mikos Merrill guy, whatever his name is from the Cardinals. I mean, after that, it seemed to seemed to go down a little bit in our pitching that we had, but you know, not a lot you could do. Like I said, it is what it is. I'm looking forward to the regular baseball season. Uh, I can't wait for that. I can't wait, man. Next week already, man. Woohoo! Opening day next week. Wilbur, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As I said, if you look at the pinned comment, uh, there, we got the inventory. If you want to go ahead and get something, I ask that you fill out the contact information. This is why I have your shipping address and all the other kind of stuff. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Brendan. If they don't learn and they don't realize, what it was. And I think you think about some of the players. Well, thank you for appreciating. Thank you for coming in. When you look at some of the guys, I mean, we didn't have Harper either. I mean, I'm not a big Harper fan, but man, if you have him also, I think it's crazy that like a Kyle Tucker didn't get in that game, but then again, you see what Schwarber did. Boom, another Schwarber bomb with the guy. I don't know. He's a a modern day Babe Ruth. He friggin' bam, he hits bombs, man. Um, but I hope that some of these guys. I hope guys like Scherzer and Verlander and some of these other guys, man, that DeGrom even. I mean, I don't know if he will because of his health and everything, but Garrett Cole. I mean, you think about some of these guys that are former Cy Young Award winners. Um, you know, if they're there, it's a big difference. Phillies represented big time. Wilbur, man, Schwarber. I mean, Turner. Holy cow! I mean, it's being a Mets fan. We already lost our closer. Phillies took a bad injury today. Reese Hoskins blew out his ACL, non-contact, no nothing, going back on a baseball, little pop fly. He blew out his ACL. So, but I think, with the way Turner is, holy cow, man, the Phillies, when Harper gets back, they're going to be tough. They are going to be tough. They're a good ball team. So, you know, uh, I don't wish bad health on anybody, but wouldn't mind if a Brave or two got hurt. just to make it look. I'm just more or less just making an even playing field. Just make it even. That's all. Everybody loses one. Mets lost one. Phillies lost one. I think the Braves should have to lose one. Probably not a popular comment, but hey, that's okay. Don't care. you know. But like I said, it was great watching the games. To see um, it on the field and everything. I mean, I think it's it was great. Hopefully, the momentum. Well, yeah, yes, the Phillies were going to be good no matter what. I mean, Hoskins a good player to a very good player, but I mean, you know, they didn't lose a superstar. They didn't lose a super duper integral part of their team. I mean, the Mets lost the best closer in the game. That sucks. Now we have to rely on either by committee or it looks like it may be Dave Roberts, which what is he? I don't know, 30, in the high 30s and an okay closer, not a spectacular closer. But overall, like I said, I hope baseball can capitalize on the WBC. I don't know if they can, but I hope it can happen. I mean, it's going to be interesting. I mean, we look at like Japan. Some of the players that they had. The kid who started the game, who I think probably got a little bit nervous, but oh my gosh, 101, 102 consistently. That was nuts. And the guy who hit the home run. I forgot. No, what is it? I think his number is 55 or so. Well, I forgot what his name is, but they have one kid. He was the. I think he's 24 years old or 23 years old. He's won the MVP back to back, and he's like 23 or 24 years old. Now those guys can't come over. I guess they have a rule where they can't come over too early to the U.S. So they'll be able to get to play for Japan again if they want in the next one. I think you got to be 27 years old or 26 years old before you can come over at a minimum. That's the minimum age. Yeah, Castellano, that's true. When he gets heated up, and he will. My team is the Reds. Talk about interesting. Yeah, no, and that So well, but what's up with Joey Votto? Is Joey Votto going to what do you think, he'll have a bounce back year, or do you think we're kind of seeing the end of Joey Votto? What do you think there? I don't know for sure. I mean, I like Joey. Yeah, I thought he could have been MVP too, most definitely. But Hawaii, hello, aloha. How are you? Hit that like button. Thank you very much for hitting the like button. I forgot to hit it. Well, what do you think about Votto? What's going to happen with him? Is he going to turn it around, or like I said, are we starting to see the negative effect of on him? And Brandon, if you're still here, what are the Dodgers? What are the Dodgers going to do with trying to fill in for Lux? That's another big one. Votto is on time. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I hope he's one of those guys who doesn't kind of just like stick around a little too long. Or they let him go, and he goes to the American League, and or just they just turn him into a DH, which I guess they can now with being in the National League. You can do that stuff now. So it's not like you have to, uh, wait, too long for him. You don't have to wait for a guy to get too old to become a DH. If he starts to decline in the field, you put him over there now, especially in the National League. You don't have to, you have to be like, oh, okay, hey, you're 36 years old. Yeah, I forgot about Freeman. I forgot all about Freddie. It yeah. And then with the Dodgers, what Clayton Claus. With him, I mean, he won't be healthy. Unfortunately, he won't be healthy all year long. He'll have some issues. You think, oh, it'll be Votto? Yeah, I tell you, Green, Lodolo, and Ashcraft, those guys, wow. You talk about an unbelievable young three in your order. That is, nasty boys. I mean, that's more, when I look at them, and I know I'm not trying to compare. Not, hey, Anthony, how you doing? I'm not trying to compare, but when I look at Green, Lodolo, and Ashcraft, I'm sorry, but I do think of, you know, Mark Mulder, Barry Zito, and Tim Hudson, from Oakland. I see that, from that standpoint. Mr. Teabaggin, how you doing? Or Teabaggin, sorry. Yeah. So Wilby, it's funny. I actually um it was only for, I think it was for 1 year. I'm not 100% sure, but Rob Dibble went to the same college that I went to, uh, down in Florida before well, let's just, we can say he left school, and then went back to Connecticut. So, but yeah, it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. Yeah, I hope Clayton does well also. You know, yeah, true, true. Like when with Smoltz, Avery, and Glavin. Yep. Yeah, that's another three in that same age group and stuff. Reds fan and a Cardinals fan and a Blue Jays fan. Well, how come I said Dodgers fan, Ryan? No, the Reds are going to be very interesting. If those three guys take the next step on their journeys, Cincinnati's going to Cincinnati's going to be good. India, hopefully he, continues to get better. That's another guy right there who hopefully he, progresses. De La Cruz, Wilbur, what are we doing? What's happening with De La Cruz? Is he gonna is he gonna move up this year, or is he gonna what's up, Dommy? Um, what do you, Bobby Miller? Yeah, man, that's another guy. There are, it's crazy how much young talent is out there. I'm just looking to try and bring up some rosters. From that stand, I'm just trying to look at some rosters. You got Syndergaard for the Dodgers. I hope he makes the cut. Yeah. Dodgers are going to be interesting. They have good relief pitching. They have some good starting pitching. I think the Dodgers have such a deep farm system that that I think you're looking at a point to where with them, to be honest with you, that they can they can make those moves. Let's see here. Let me take a look for you. He's 35 years old. Statistics. He came up in 2008. Long time. Long time. So it's what, 14? So this is going to be his 15th year. Yo, buddy, Dommy. Yeah. This is going to be his 15th year, Wilbur. It's a lot. It's a lot of pitches. He's made 400 starts. He does average 27 starts a year, though. So I mean, the last couple of years been a little light, from injuries. He should have a couple left. I mean, he's what, 30? He's 35. And it's not like he was ever a hard thrower, right? So it's not like you're talking about, like some of these guys that are hard throwers that have to figure out how to become pitchers. Yeah, well, I mean, you don't have a lot of, Clayton clauses, from that standpoint. It's going to be interesting to see if Miller makes a team. But you got Urias, you got Syndergaard, you got Goslin. You'll get Dustin May back. So you got you got there. I mean, plus you have Clayton. So I mean, that's not a bad five to roll out there. From that standpoint. Again, the Reds are very excuse me. The Reds are very intriguing. With their roster. They are very, very intriguing with their roster. What are we looking at from a depth chart perspective here? I mean, outfield, Will Myers, Nick Senzel, and Friedel. Yeah, I like what they got. I mean, you look. I like their. I like Cincinnati's pitching. Their their offense. I mean, they play in that ballpark, so they should put up some decent runs. They got guys that are going to make contact. They got guys that are going to hit the ball hard. If I mean, truth is, let's face it. Like if a Votto, if Joey can, for lack of better terms, turn back the clock a little bit, you know, uh, it'll be good. Nice, Bobby Miller auto, very nice. Dom, you think the Mets are going to try and add anything else with with Diaz going down? Or you think we're gonna give it a shot and see how it goes? Yeah, I would definitely hold on to that Miller auto there, Ryan. Did Bobby Miller get sent down, or is he still with the big club? Let me see. Let me see if I can find out some information on him, Mr. Miller. Do 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 do. Well, the Braves and Glacius is going to begin the season on the DL. Wainwright's going to be on the DL. Altuve got hurt in the WBC. So there were some guys. Now you hope that them seeing some of those guys get hurt. You hope that doesn't stop any it doesn't stop guys from going because they see some guys getting injured. Hey, pro debut, it's an autograph. Is it going to be worth as much as if it was, Topps triple thread? Probably not, but hey, it's still a good player's autograph. Yeah, I think, man, freaking Dodgers. Whatever. Can't stand those guys. Yeah, I'm not sure. I know, again, with there only being a week left before the season, I don't see Bobby Miller on the roster or under depth chart, but that doesn't mean anything. He might not, he might not be there. I see Shelby Miller, but that's a guy who's been around he's been around for a long, long time. He's the old dude. Yeah. And the Dodgers got freaking David Peralta. Unbelievable. He's going to start for them? Yeah, he's going to start in left field. Crazy. I tell you. Crazy. Hey, no worries, Brando. Thanks for coming. Appreciate you coming and hanging out and chatting for a little bit. Go enjoy your dinner, which is, I hope that's what you're getting ready to do, and go eat. And enjoy the rest of your evening. And have a great rest of your week and a great weekend if I don't talk to you for the rest of the weekend. So thanks a lot, buddy. But I'm excited for the season. It's going to be, it's funny. I thought I was going to have a big issue with the pitch clock and everything, and I really don't. It doesn't really do anything for me. I don't care about it. I think it's it's a good thing. Did Shohei re-sign with the Angels? Not that I know of, and if he does, I don't think he will. And the only reason why I say that, Wilbur, is because I truly believe he will not get as much money from the Angels as he will if he goes on the open market. I mean, you it's funny. I don't know if people paid it were listening to what they were saying in the WBC. They said, but a lot of people compare him and they say he's the modern day Babe Ruth, the modern day Babe Ruth. And the truth is he isn't. And the reason why he is not, and they said it was that Babe Ruth did the pitching and hitting thing for only 2 years. I mean, I know Otani got hurt, but what? He's in year 4 now, if I remember correctly. So technically, he's actually done it longer than Babe Ruth. He's been here 5 years. So he's actually, like I said, 2020, you don't want to count that one, but I mean, he's actually, like I said, he's actually done it for 5 years. Babe Ruth, you know, Babe Ruth did it, for two. Um, Personally, and I think if he's still in here, Dom might agree. We're hoping that Shohei does not go ahead and sign with um, the Angels because we would love to see him wearing, the orange and blue of the New York Mets. I'm not gonna hide it. I would love to see him be our full-time DH and our number guy at the top of the pitching staff. So I hope he does not resign because I would like to see him with the New York Mets. Oh, that's awesome, Ryan. August 19th, Toronto Blue Jays, Jonathan India bobblehead. Very cool. That's a nice one to get. Excuse me. That is a really nice one to go ahead and get. I'm down here in Atlanta, and not being an Atlanta fan, going and get a bobblehead does not do anything for me. I get the bobbleheads and I turn around and sell them. Recoup some of my ticket money. I think it's going to be interesting, Wilbur, when you talk about Otani. What I think is going to be interesting is that if he gives any indication to the Angels that he is not going to re-sign with them, do they try and trade him? That's going to be the big thing that I see. And that's where it gets a little dicey, like I was saying with my team, the Mets, because the Mets have some really good young players. And I know that's who the Angels would come a knocking for, if they were to, excuse me, if they were to, what do you call it? If they were to come, knocking for Shohei, so yeah, yeah. I mean, I was disappointed by Mookie's at bat. I honestly thought he could have. I think he could have gone ahead and had a way better at bat than what he had. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna take a seat here. St. Louis has a good farm team too. They got guys to give up. I mean, that's man. Him with Goldie and Orlando, golly, man. And Luar's Newt and the other guy, what do they got? O'Neill, or I think his name is right, Tyler O'Neill, Roman out there in the field. Yeah, I'm doing great, Dommy. How you doing, buddy? we're just talking about Shohei and hoping he can go ahead and maybe show up in blue and orange next year. Oh, that's right. They do have Jordan Walker also. Forgot about him. I think the big thing is yep, definitely a long day. The thing that gets me is I hope so too. I hope so too. You know, I mean, let's face it, there really aren't a lot of clubs that will open up the pocketbook to pay Otani. I think you see what what he's done over the last 2 years, 2 full seasons, what he did in WBC. He has another unbelievable year. You are talking $500 million. I think you're looking at a $500 million contract, which is just absolutely crazy. Excuse me. That is absolutely crazy that there's the potential for that. Oh, well, Soto's going to, if Soto bounces back in San Diego this year, he's another one. He's going to want 400. Oh, you're 100% correct, Dom. He's going to bring the fans. And, I mean, we know from living in New York where they are, Flushing right there, there is a huge, Asian market, in that area. Huge, huge, huge. So that that stadium will be, it'll be rocking, it'll be popping, especially with when he's going to be on the mound. Holy smokes, they're gonna, they're really gonna wanna, go for it. So I mean, yeah, I have no problem with Steve Cohen going ahead and opening up the books, from that standpoint. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. But you are right. Otani will draw the people to whatever stadium he goes to. I just think, like I said, I mean, I don't know if he'd be the type that would take less money than, to stay somewhere or to go somewhere. I don't know if he would do that. But if you think about it, if he's going to, hit the open market and he's going to get, a lot of people wanting him on the team, if it gets to a bidding war, it's going to be tough. I just don't know, I don't know who, what teams. I mean, the Dodgers have the money. The Rangers, well, I mean, hell, the Rangers have the money. I don't know if he'd go to Texas, but the Rangers definitely have the money. The guy in San Diego, he may be just as nutty as squirrel crap, so he may go ahead and be like, hey, to hell with it. If I'm in for a pound, I might as well go in for even more money. I mean, they're like, hey, we already have $1 billion spent between 3 players. What's another 500 million on top of it? We know the Mets. We know Steve Cohen will go ahead and pay. If George Steinbrenner was around, we know he would, but Hal's in charge now. So we don't know what's going to happen with them. So again, if it's about the money, he's going to be limited into, where he could go, as far as that goes, because we already know not every company is going to be, not every team, is going to be willing to set, to spend that kind of money. Well, some can't. Let's just face it. I mean, there's a handful of teams that are going to be able to afford him, and a handful of teams that are going to be able to afford Happy birthday, Ryan. 20 more days. Look at you. How old are you going to be, Ryan? In 20 days, how old are you going to be? So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with baseball. Looking forward to it. Looking, the stories that are out there. What's the pitch clock going to do? Toaster at 33. Hey, Dom. Ryan might need socks. Just saying. He may need some socks. It might be the perfect time to get to get some socks. I do not have Ryan's address. So 33 years young. To be 33 again. What fun. Not like us old guys. Look, see? Golly. But I think baseball. Looking forward to seeing how some of these new guys do on the teams with a lot of movement and stuff. What's DeGrom going to do in Texas? How is he going to be? I really didn't hear much about 99. I'm going to tell you, Dom, you don't look at. If there's anyone that ages well, Dommy, it's you, brother. It is you. Your buddy Dom, the ageless wonder. Excuse me. So, what's going on with rugby this weekend, Dommy? Big tournaments, big games, anything big going on? Baseball this weekend. Got team I manage plays tomorrow night and then plays Saturday night. Man, not only think about it, guys. Not only do we have opening day right around the corner. Well, it's down a block a little bit, then right around the corner a week from now. Next weekend, April 1st and April 2nd, WrestleMania from Hollywood, California. Oh, my. Wow, Ryan. I've been to the Baseball Hall of Fame twice, and it is such a cool place. I got to take my son there. It'd be nice to go ahead and take a trip up there and go there. A big tournament in Connecticut. Woohoo! Yeah, I've been twice. It is really nice. One of the times that I went up, I actually played a double header on Doubleday Field that is right there in Cooperstown. That was pretty cool. I mean, stands filled up with people from all over the country, all over the world, watching us play. Just a bunch of kids play a double header. It was funny that year. My team was the Red Sox, so we had the regular Red Sox uniform, and kids thought that, we were actually players and we're asking for our autographs and stuff. When we told them, like, hey, we're not pros or anything like that, they were like, we don't care. Could we have your autograph? We can say we got an autograph from a baseball player in Cooperstown. It was a lot of fun. It was one of those memories, that you don't forget. You don't forget it. It's the closest I came to ever living, closest I came to living my dream of being a professional baseball player from when I was a kid, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Wow, the 11th time, very nice. Yeah, 97. Yeah, it was very cool, Wilbur. 97. That's probably around the last time I went, Dom. I gotta see. I definitely want to go get up there with Mike. Brandon, come back, Gyp stage. Diamond is on with us. Oh, very cool. Oh, Brandon left. Johnny. He cut out a little while ago. Oh, you're a Hall of Fame member. Very cool. Very, very cool. Very nice. Well, I definitely want to, Dom, I want to talk to Mike, see what we could do. But I think we definitely want to try and get up to Shea. Oh my gosh, man. Get up to City Field this summer and go see a game. I see maybe from a vacation standpoint of what he could do from a vacation standpoint. Maybe we could do both. Maybe we could, go see a game and then maybe head up to Cooperstown after that. So try something. Yeah, I mean that's the first place I ever saw a baseball game. Well, I'm trying to think. I think that was the first place I ever saw a baseball game. It's the first time I ever saw a football game was there, and I think it was the same thing. I think that's the first stadium I went to, football and baseball. Yeah, it was because my first baseball game would have been when I was 6 years old, and we went as little league. The little league team, our association, got the nosebleed seats, and we all were given ticket. We went there for that. So it's all good. It's all good. Well, guys, you know what? There's a lot of other stuff going on tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down, and you guys go ahead and enjoy the rest of your evening. I was on late last night. You know what? I'll stay on for a little while longer. To hell with it. Keep talking. But Shea Stadium was cool. Shea Stadium, it was it was cool. It was me, my dad, and Mike got to go watch a game. Let's see, I think it might have been the Texas Rangers on Father's Day one year. One of the last years it was actually, I think it was the last year that it was closing. We we went, and it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. It was a good. I mean, it wasn't the greatest ballpark, but hey, it was all we had at that point in time. And I haven't been to City Field, so I'm not sure what City Field is like. We haven't been back to see a game there. That's why I want to try and go, sooner rather than later. You know, but looking forward to definitely looking forward to what do you call it? To getting up there watching a game. I really would like to go see some more minor league games. I like minor league baseball a lot. I like minor league baseball a lot. So, but other than that, not much else to chat about. So I appreciate everybody who hit the like button. That was very nice and kind of everybody. We did wind up getting 14 likes. But like I said, there's whoops, closed the wrong thing. My bad. My first game was at the Big A when I was 7 Angels Blue Jays, second batter of the game. Lloyd Mosley hit the home run. Oh, wow. That is awesome, Wilbur. That is awesome. And you'll never forget that one. You will never forget that one. I've gotten 3 baseballs. One was a spring training game down in Florida. I went to college in Florida. Like I was saying, Wilbur, Rob Dibble, he and I went to college for, I don't know, I can't remember if Rob was there for a full year or only the first semester before he decided to leave. But it was cool because we used to go, we were right in Lakeland, Florida, where Detroit Tigers, had their spring training. So we used to go, and even though we couldn't get in, you can go stand by the fence, and you could basically see everything except for the batter. You can see the pitcher and the rest of the field and everything. And Franklin Stubbs hit a foul ball out of the stadium, and I was able to run just a little bit quicker than my buddy that I was there and picked it up. But wow, Lloyd home run ball. That is so cool. That is so cool. I would love to go ahead and catch, something like that. I've never came close a couple times, but never got one hit in a game. I've had 2 thrown to me in a game. One by an old guy that a lot of people might not know who he was, but he was a coach. His name was Moose Scourin. And it was right. Me and all my cousins and uncles were there drinking their shirts off. Cooperstown have a lot of sports cards. Yeah. Yep. The good old 80s. Yeah, man. Where you could do a whole bunch of stuff. That is pretty cool that you were able. I mean, that, like I said, that would be cool to catch a home run ball or even just a foul ball. Like I said, I've come close. I've had some, come within a few feet. But that would be cool. That would be cool. Like I said, Moose Gowan and Will Clark. Will Clark, I actually got a practice ball from Will Clark. Yeah, that must have been a trip, man. Man, you must have gone ahead and must have held on to that thing tight all night long. No one was getting that ball out of your hands, I'll bet. Oh my gosh. Well, at least you're okay. You survived. Crazy how some people get, for a baseball or something. But I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it turns everybody into a kid. Baseball definitely turns people into kids. From that standpoint, and and do some stupid things. Let's not forget that they will do some dumb things, people. To 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 get a baseball. Push little kids out the way, do all kinds of crazy stuff. But it's a lot of fun. Like I said, I love. Oh wow, Jordan Walker home from the minor leagues. That's awesome. Happiest kid in the whole world. I had no glove. I got up and it cracked my seat and I grabbed it. Holy cow, that is freak. So I mean, it was literally right at you. Like you had to get out of the way or else it probably would have hurt. That's cool. That is really, really cool, man. Really, really cool. That is awesome. And that's, those are the types of things, they stay with you and everything. That's why, like I want to go to again, being a Mets fan and stuff, I want to I want to go down to spring training, when it's a little more loose, little more opportunity to maybe go hang out, get some of those outfield seats, for a couple of games and just hang out there, and chase down some home run balls, you know, uh, stuff like that, and try and get some autographs and, bring some cards and try and get some autographs on cards. Uh, that would be cool. That would be very, very cool. Like I said, that's kind of what I did a little bit, when I was in college. That's what we used to do. We only went to Lakeland to see the Tigers, but we really didn't go in the stadium that often. We just went and hung out by the fences and everything. And a guy I went to college with, he was big into cards. He was a big, trying to get the players to sign on cards. So we used to wait and used to go by the visiting team's bus, and as they were coming out, try and get some autographs. And we do that more often because obviously, Detroit was the home team, so it was easy to go ahead and do that. So if they were playing a couple of games against the same team, or if the same team was there, you know 1 or 2 days you'd stay over by the visitors so you can get some of the different players. And then the other day, you'd go over by Detroit's and everything. I actually have Kirk Gibson's autograph on a baseball from the year that Detroit. What was that? Was that '84? I think when Detroit went crazy with their record and stuff, if I remember correctly. Yeah, autographs. Love autographs. Um, I think it was '84. That year, got a Kirk Gibson. I got Kirk Gibson to autograph a baseball. He wasn't a very nice guy. I'm not gonna lie, but it was still fun. Still fun. you know. But still the best game in the world. No matter how much they try and change it, it's it's still, to me, it's still the best game in the world. It's still the best thing to do. Yeah, I thought it was 8. Yeah, yeah. Spring training, we sick. Yeah, all the teams, all autographs in Arizona. Yeah, yeah. And I think it's probably, it's definitely going to be easier. We got more access, to the players there. Um, you know. And what's cool though is you could also get you can get some of the young guys, you can get some of those stars, right? You can get some of those minor leaguers that are the upper minor leaguers. If you can get some of their, bring some of their cards, some of their Bowman cards or something like that, and everything. Hey John, how you doing? Um, you bring some of the like I said, the younger guys, the top minor league guys, because a lot of those guys, they're all going to be invited to spring training, so you can do what you got to do, and get some of those guys autographs, because they're definitely going to be more receptive to it. Oh, Ryan, don't let Dom hear that one. Yep, one more week. Nope, nothing, John. Um, one more week. Yeah, it's opening day is such a cool day. Uh, I'll definitely have the TV on, that entire day, just game after game after game. Opening day is just, I don't know, it's so different than, I mean, well, again, when you're a baseball fan, I'm sure opening day for football, opening day, for basketball, but I don't know, just opening day for baseball, just different. In my humble opinion, it's just different, you know. So, but it's all good. Can't wait. One more week. 1 week from today, opening day. I'm still gonna go live, have the game on, talk to everybody as we're going on. We'll have a game on in the background, and I don't know, we'll do like a commentary type thing as we're watching it. As I got a game on, I'll turn the volume down, and I'll maybe do some commentary while we're hanging out next Thursday night. That would be fun. That might be a pretty cool thing to do. Uh, you know, but on that, not a lot going on. Just trying to you know, get through another week. Yeah, I saw that. And he's, Domi's a little on the crazy side. Do me a favor, John. If you can send me a list of other teams you have open, maybe I'll pick another one. I'm taking like I said, the Orioles. Uh, and if you can go ahead, and maybe email me a list of what else you got open, I could see about. Maybe I'll grab another one. From that standpoint. Thanks, Wilbur. Hey, man, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for stopping by. Much appreciated. Um, and yeah, good luck to your Reds, man. Good luck to your Reds. I think the Reds can surprise a lot of people. Those young pitchers come around. I think the Reds can definitely surprise. They could. I don't know if they could. I don't know if they can win the division. I don't know if they have enough to, let's say, pass the Brewers and pass the Cardinals. But they'll scare them. They'll definitely scare them. So, excuse me, guys. Uh, and D-backs. What's with the D-backs? D-backs will be good. D-backs, they have, man, yeah, they're another team. There's a lot of good young players out there, man. A lot of good young players. A lot, teams are finally, and look, now these teams got to keep these guys. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Arizona. Thank you, sir. Have a great evening. Wilbur, have a great weekend. I hope if hope you get to do something exciting this weekend. The big thing is going to be, yeah, no, you're right, definitely. The big thing's going to be is that are they able to start keeping some of these younger guys? Um, That's what has to happen. That's the next step baseball needs. Baseball needs this young talent to stay and continue to grow, where they are. Corbin Carroll needs to figure out they need to he needs to stay there. And when these young guys, come up, then they need to stay. Walker needs to stay with St. Louis when and some of these some of these young guys. I mean, it might be too late for some of the older stars. We saw what do you call it? We saw Rodriguez. He's going to stay. I don't know what happened with Bobby Witt, but Bobby Witt, he needs to stay. He needs to stay in Kansas City. Toronto has locked up some of their young guys that they, grew, Bichette and Guerrero, and it has to start happening more in baseball. These guys got to stay because it's weird, I mean, you can't have fans each year going, oh, well, whoop-de-doo. We got rid of all our good players. Who cares? I mean, you just can't have that. You gotta go ahead and keep those guys. Hey, Matty Ice, how you doing, buddy? Not much. We're just talking baseball, man. Just talking baseball. That's all we're doing. Just chit-chatting about baseball. We haven't talked about your Cubs. Sorry. But, But it's going to be interesting. And what are the Angels going to do? What are they going to do with Shohei? Are they going to be able to go ahead and keep him? Are the White Sox going to be able to keep their young talent that they're starting to go ahead and put together? Hey, Joe, what's up, buddy? Are the Cubs? Are the Cubs going to be able to keep some of their young guys that they got? I mean, who knows? It's baseball's going to be funny, but sooner or later these big market teams, they're not going to be able to pay everybody the way they want to pay. So these guys are going to have to start saying, excuse me, they're going to have to start staying, with their teams because nobody's going to be able to pay them. I mean, you can't have, $250, $300 million baseball players at every single position, for certain teams, and then other guys, I mean, this is ridiculous. You can't. It's just not going to happen. And I think baseball will figure out a way to not let it happen. Because they'll figure something out with the tax. They already did it. They were pissed off at Steve Cohen, and they basically have the Steve Cohen tax. And I'm sure if there's another owner out there who goes nuts and spends a lot of money, which like the guy in San Diego has, there'll be more tax, but again, what's San Diego going to do is figure, the only young talent really that they're keeping is Tatis. Bogarts they brought in Soto, they brought in Machado. What are they going to do with their young guys? What are they going to do with Cronenworth and what? Kim and some of those other guys, Now they traded a bunch away that are now with the Nationals, What are the Nationals, are the Nationals, as if these guys come up and they do well, are the Nationals going to go ahead and, and keep them? Or more teams going to be like Tampa Bay? They'll have one or two guys or three guys that they'll lock up, but then they'll get somebody, trade them off, fill up the farm system, create another one. Profile to the Rockies. Yep. That's interesting. It's an interesting signing this late for them. I'm assuming he's going to be a starter, but I don't know. Not 100% sure. But we'll see. We should start seeing those some of those veteran guys who are still free agents now that we're getting a little closer to the season starting. Now we'll start to get some of those guys that are free agents who didn't have a team. They will start to what do you call it? They'll start to sign from that standpoint. But I don't know. Bad news. We had the bad news today with Rhys Hoskins going ahead and blowing out his ACL. Matt in New Jersey, how you doing, buddy? Volpe or Peraza at short for the Yankees? Ooh, that's a tough one. I don't know. Are you asking or are you saying? Because if it's me, I'd probably give Volpe a shot. Probably give Volpe a shot because can't Peraza play the outfield also? Was he the one that they were trying to play in the outfield too? Or did they just move IKF to the outfield? I think they were trying to. I mean, they're trying to open it for one of them because, like I said, I think they moved IKF to the outfield to start playing the outfield some. You know, but I don't know. So Matt, New Jersey, with a Green Bay Packer helmet. Does that mean you're a Jet fan and you're hoping for some good stuff to happen? Or are you really a Green Bay Packer fan who becomes a Jet fan if a certain player ends up there? Because I'm a Jets fan, and every day this doesn't get done makes me a little nervous. I think the trade the Jets made by moving Elijah Moore and a third rounder for another second rounder, I think that gets some more draft capital to offer. Zeke to the Jets or the Bengals? Yeah, like when Favre came there. Yep. But hopefully he doesn't blow out. Hopefully this guy doesn't blow out his bicep like Favre and good things happen. Ezekiel Elliott to the Jets or the Bengals? Man, to the Jets. I don't know, man. Michael Carter and Brees Hall, that's a good combination. I guess if you do add Elliott, I don't know. That's a good one, Doctor. Doctor! That's, yeah, I don't know. That's very interesting. I can see the Bengals, but I would think if the thing about Zeke is I don't know, I don't really follow him a lot, but is he a good pass catching running back, or is he more just really is he really a 2 down back, or is Zeke a 3 down back? Not, I know he's gone down the last few years, but when he was going good, was he a 2 down back or a 3 down back? If anybody knows. Because to me, the Jets need a third, a guy who would be a 3rd down back. Because obviously Hall has to come back, but the way he was looking, he doesn't look like he's, that you would all of a sudden sub him out and put somebody else in as a starter. Now, if you're bringing in Zeke to kind of hold that position down until Hall comes back completely, that's a completely different story. So, from that standpoint. So, Matt, you didn't say, what are you? Are you a Green Bay Packers fan that lives in New Jersey, or is the helmet kind of a wish for good things? If you're still here. Packers fan living in Jersey. Very nice. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Yeah, see, so I guess Zeke would be more of a kind of, hey, we can use him in the beginning of the season until Hall comes back, and then you could, have him take more of a reserve role once Brees Hall shows that he is healthy. So, I mean, it's not a bad thing. Obviously, he's not going to get a big contract. It's going to be a 1-year deal, but it would be nice. I'd like to see the Jets, move on from Corey Davis and bring one Odell Beckham Jr. into the fold with him, McCole Hardman, Garrett Wilson, Denzel Mims, those four. And then if you can get, would like to get the Jets 2 second-round picks of Aaron. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if that is why they made that move. I know they don't want to give up. I know. We don't want to give up that first-round pick because that's when the offensive linemen, should start going off the board, and we need an offensive lineman. And I think they're going to do everything they can to try and hold off. 1940 failed art German man with the mustache. Kitty. Uh-oh. So, I think that's something to watch, to see what happens. If they make another move, then maybe if they make another move, I think it could be helping them out there to what do you call it, to get Aaron. I'm not sure what else they're going to want to give up. I don't know. I tell you, no, they're not in a hurry because it makes zero sense for them to be in a hurry unless they want picks in this year's draft. That's the only reason why they need to be in a hurry. And a hurry means just up until. What's up there, OJ? How's it going? We are talking football, sir. The Packers would only be in a hurry, let's say, up to draft night if they want draft capital from this season. I thought maybe they would want like an Elijah Moore, but with him being traded, obviously, more than likely, I don't know from a player perspective, I don't know what else they would want off of the Jets roster. Um, you could maybe do a Corey Davis, but I don't know why you would. So they should only be in a hurry if they want draft capital from this year. That's in my opinion. If they don't want draft capital this year, well, then in reality, they'd be stupid to make that trade before June 1st because the cap hit is completely different come June 2nd, I think, versus June 1st. So it's like, if they don't want anything in this draft, they might as well just go ahead and say, hey, you don't need to call us until, the end of September, beginning of June, because we're not going to, there's going to be no need for us to chat. Well, there's one live stream on 2 channels. It's the same live stream on 2 separate channels. So you probably don't see, I don't know if you probably don't see the chat from the other one. So if you go to the Huddle Card channel, you will see you'll see that chat. I would love to see if there's a way that YouTube can merge the 2 chats together. Oh, Davis is going to get cut. Yeah, for sure. If they don't, if the Packers wouldn't take him in a trade, then he's done. See ya. Bye-bye. And that opens up the door for OBJ. Yes, you can. In StreamYard, you can stream to multiple platforms. I actually could have streamed to Twitch also if I wanted to, and I think you can do Facebook. You can do a couple of different ones from that standpoint. But yeah, the Davis will get cut. You know, unless he wanted to go to the Packers, but I don't know why the Packers would want him. He doesn't bring anything to the table, and why are you going to want to put why are you going to want to put him there when you're trying to develop Watson and the other kid? I forgot the other kid's name. One career pass for 4 yards. Well, hey, there you go right there, man. What's the other kid's name there, Matt? You got Watson, and they had that other young kid, right? Didn't they have two rookie wide receivers in Green Bay, if I remember correctly? I'm not. I don't remember for sure. Do not remember for sure. I know they had Christian Watson. I thought they had a young kid. I wanted to say Sky Moore, but I don't think so, right? Isn't Sky Moore? I think he's with Kansas City. Well, Lazard is gone. Lazard is now a New York Jet. But I thought they had two rookies. Now I have to go to the ESPN and check. To the Green Bay Packers. And their depth chart is Romeo Doubs was the other one. That's who it was. So you had Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson. So you have those two. Yep, there it is. You have those two young guys. So, I mean, I guess you could bring in a Davis. I don't think you would want to, because you might as well just have Love throw into Dobbs and Watson and get that those three guys on the same page early to make sure what's going on. The Giants just signed Jamison Crowder. Well, good for them. Giants done some good stuff. Giants done some good stuff. Danny Dimes, they're bringing back Saquon. I got to believe they're going to try and get Saquon locked up. He's too good of a player to go ahead and let him do his thing. They brought in a couple other wide receivers. Now they got a nice possession wide receiver. I don't know if Crowder's a slot guy. He might be a slot guy, but he's definitely at least a possession wide receiver. He's not going to stretch the field for you. So, yeah, surrounding Danny Dimes with weapons. I mean, you might as well. He showed enough last year to go for it and give him some help. Definitely give him some help. So it'll be good. A Matty Ice Julio Jones reunion. Where? I mean, you got to believe Indianapolis is going to take a quarterback. No work on the D. Yeah, that's true. But you got to believe that the Colts are going to take one of those quarterbacks. I think they like the kid from Florida, Richardson, who's going to have to change his nickname when he goes to the NFL. There's no way the NFL is going to allow him to keep his nickname. So that so they'll have to do something there. You got to figure Stroud will go first, more than likely. I think, in my opinion, which then would have you Bryce Young going number 2. Well, actually, maybe the Colts take Levis or Levi's, however you say his name. Maybe they go ahead and maybe they take him. I don't know. It's going to be that's an interesting one. Not exactly sure who who they would take. Yeah, maybe the Colts. Yeah, I don't know. The Colts are going to take quarterback at 4. I mean, quarterback's going to be available. Uh, yep, those 3 guys gone, gone, gone. The ex-Rutgers stars on the team, Bo Melton. Well, that's good. But yeah, I mean, if Matty Ice has not been cut yet, I believe he's got to be on his way out now. Where does he go? There's talk that Tennessee doesn't want um, Tannehill anymore. Where is he going to go? You're starting to see kind of like a changing of the guard where teams are going to throw some of these young guys out there. I mean, like I said, you got to figure if oh, he might have gotten cut already. I wasn't sure. You got to figure if Carolina takes Stroud, I don't know, who they're going to start over him. Texans take Bryce Young. They ain't starting Davis Mills over him unless unless any of these guys look absolutely stupid. Everybody's saying right now that the Cardinals will take Will Anderson Jr. at Alabama. And then 4 becomes the interesting one because do the Colts go Levis or Richardson? I think everybody thinks Richardson is a little more of a project. He may not be ready. Levis might be a lot closer to being able to play. So I could see, I could see them going that way if they want somebody right now. Richardson is very, very intriguing when he gets into an NFL camp and gets that, better. I'm not saying that he got bad coaching at Florida, but when he gets that better, that more focused coaching where it's his full-time job now to become better, he could be something, something special. Like I said, he will have to change his nickname. That definitely is not going to stick in the NFL. The NFL will not allow that nickname. Levis is a guy who was good. He hasn't been bad, but he lost guys. He had the injuries. The offensive line didn't play well, so he didn't look as good this year. If he would have played the way he played, not this past year, but the year before that, there were people who thought he could be, number 1 quarterback selected in the draft. But I think you'll see the 4 quarterbacks in I think unless Seattle what do you call it, trades out of the 5 spot, or maybe they don't, maybe they do go ahead and go crazy and take they just don't pick a quarterback. I would think at 5, depending on who's there, unless they don't want Will Levis and they want Richardson, that they would look to go that route. But I don't know. We'll see. We will see. That's coming up in April? Another 3 weeks or so. Hey Craig, how you doing, buddy? Hope all is well. We'll see that in I think the draft comes up in April, so that'll be interesting. So if you do sell, some of your cards, and if you bought any Bowman draft, Bowman U or anything like that, get those cards ready for draft night, because I think some of those guys' cards are still going to be. I think they'll move draft night. I think there's a possibility that a bunch of those will move on draft night. So if you're going to be selling them, have them as drafts, getting them ready. So, but it should be, baseball, football draft. Primary selling, yeah. Well, when you have as many as you got and everything, that's really all you should be selling is those MTG cards for that unbelievable score that you got. So, man, you got the basketball playoffs are starting to round about out. I do hope that the Lakers miss the playoffs. Not a Laker fan. Never have been. Hockey's right around the corner. Woo! Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Already 4th level on the TCG site. Wow. That's awesome, Craig. Congrats. Congrats, congrats, congrats. So, fun time in sports. Fun time in sports. All the college stuff happening right now. Man, the brackets were busted super early, which was crazy. It's going to be interesting to see how some things. Well, I don't know what's happening tonight, right? They're playing tonight, I think, aren't they? They have some tournament games tonight. Was it NCAA? Or was it Sweet 16? Got some Sweet 16 games going on. Very nice, very nice, very nice. We have any scores? Well, were there any scores from today? Let's go check it out. We had Kansas State beating Michigan State by 5. Game went to overtime. UConn beat up Arkansas. Almost beat them by 20. Beat them by, what, 17? No. Oh, no. Beat them by 23. UCLA up on Gonzaga by 11. And Tennessee up by 4 against Florida Atlantic. That is your college basketball update brought to you by the number 5. Can't believe basketball is almost over. Yeah. Yep. Yes, sir. Hopefully the Fakers go ahead and don't make the playoffs. That'll be nice. You picked FAU. That's a good pick. I mean, at this point in time, you might as well. You might as well. I don't think, excuse me. So at the half, you have UCLA 46, Gonzaga 33. Man, up by 13 going into the half. It's going to be a tough one for Gonzaga to try and, battle back. They're going to have to really tighten up on the defense. And we're just a little bit underway in the second half of the FAU Tennessee game. FAU just made a 3-pointer to cut it to a 4-point lead, 33-29. Back to you in the studio, Alex. So, it's all good. All right, folks, I'm going to shut it down. I appreciate everybody hanging out. Don't forget, where the hell is it? Collecting Profit, Wednesday nights with myself and Anthony at Pittsburgh. Got a special guest coming on, Craig, a guy you know. We got Kerry from Have a Kipper Night. Go Lakers. No, go Lakers. All right, buddy. See you good. Craig, what's pretty cool, we're going to have Kerry from American Arbitrage on, Craig, on Wednesday night. He's going to be doing his card side. We didn't rip anything tonight, Mike. Nothing to rip. I did rip a couple of hangers today. That video will be out tomorrow. But Craig, on Wednesday night, we're going to have Kerry from American Arbitrage. He kind of spun up another channel doing cards. So he's doing a lot more card stuff. So we're going to be talking to him about the same type of thing, kind of like Anthony and I getting into that, mid-range to lower range card market. And he's been doing really well and stuff. His channel's, got a bunch of subscribers, got a bunch of videos out there. So come on back Wednesday night, everybody. Have yourself a great weekend. And you know what? Have a great weekend by making someone else's weekend better. Have a great one, everybody. We will see you next week. Don't forget tomorrow, 2 hangers of 2023 Series 1. Check out that video. It'll be tomorrow. Catch you later. Enjoy a great weekend. And as always, see you at the next rip.